Today I wanted to show you how I made this rustic star that can easily be made by a beginner. You can use any wood and any size you want for this project. Using a smaller width will just make you a smaller star. I used a piece of fir from out of an old barn that had the perfect wear and tear that I was looking for. It was 4 inches wide, 2 1/4 inches thick, and 4 feet long. I cut 45-degree cuts 7.5 inches apart to make 5 pieces total. To get the right shape, I measured the shorter side. For mine it was 5.5 inches, but for yours it may be a little different. Then I measured down the other side at 5.5 inches as well, and I drew a reference line. Then I marked a line in between those, and I marked halfway on the line. Then drew a line from the top past that line, creating a center line just so I could use that as a reference. I tried a few different ways, but to get the angles just how I needed them, I ended up making a 72-degree angle with a piece of paper, and then I cut it out. I folded it in half, and using the guide marks that I made earlier, I was able to line it up correct and mark where I needed the wood cut. I repeated this for the other side as well, and that gave me that exact shape of a 72-degree cut that I needed. You could use a jigsaw for this step, however my bandsaw is set up, so I'll be using it. I cut close to the line, but not exactly on. To get a flat side, I finished up with the sander. You could also use a high grit sandpaper and do this by hand, or use an orbital sander. When I put mine together, it was slightly off, so I sanded just a bit more on that last piece to make it fit tight. You may have to do this with yours as well. To create the inner star, I measured up 1.5 inches on each of the sides. Then I connected those marks to the middle line I drew earlier. Back to the bandsaw I went to cut out the triangles. Again, you could also do this with a jigsaw. I drilled a hole in the top of one for the rope. Using wood glue and clamps, I put the star together. I made sure to round over all of the edges. You could also do this by hand, as it's not important to get it smooth. You just want to make sure that you're not going to get splinters when picking it up. I used some stain to darken the wood. Then I applied a clear coat just to protect it. I finished it up by tying a piece of rope on the top. This just gave it that farmhouse look I was really going for. I really like the farmhouse charm this scrap wood star has. You could even paint it white for a more shabby chic look. If you like this project, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe for future builds.
Go, go, go!